Yo, Hendo here with Average Dude Slo-Pitch. Today we're getting a chance to bring out the EHP exclusive Monsta Clack Addict Surrender. Shout out to Jeff Eshelman over there at EHP for sending us one of these, letting us try it out. He knew I was looking for a couple different Monstas to go along with the axe I currently have to kind of figure out what I'm going to game. We head out to the ASA tournament out here in Barcelona in March. So with this one, it's a 25 ounce. It's all they sell in this model. 4,000 alloy handle, 12.5-inch barrel mid-load. So we're going to go ahead, throw our 52-300s on it, see how this thing performs, and then we'll come back with kind of that final compression, final thoughts. All right, let's see where our Clack Addict Surrender test at. Again, this is a 12.5-inch barrel mid-load, 4,000 alloy handle, so that's nice and stiff, and then all these come in 25 ounce. And again, they are exclusive to EHP Athletics. Not that any of that matters for the testing, but again, we never know who skips over things like the intros and outros and all that stuff. And this one, based off the certification chart, can test at, or limit, I guess, is 1050 is the bottom. So on the USSSA tester, we're just under 200, like 190. And I know from the chart, I think 193 is going to square it up just right. So what that gives us is at 196, which we'll just call it 196 for easy math. We're at 1350, even if that was right at 190, 1325. So either way, we've got about 300 compression to work with. We'll get about 75, 100 ASA swings, see how this thing feels, and kind of go from there. And then when we do the final compression, final thoughts, we'll let you know exactly how many swings we took.
104 miles per hour. 86 miles per hour. 102 miles per hour.
Every time I go wild without swinging Monsta, I forget exactly how good they sound and how nice they feel, even with no swings on them.
95 miles per hour.
There's the real Wally.
102 miles per hour.
Such a good feel. Again, if you're somebody who swings the ASA Monstas, obviously with like the 25, 35 real flexy handles, this probably obviously wouldn't be the option for you, being a 4,000 alloy. I personally never really played ASA. I've played, I think, 1 or 2 ASA tournaments, so I never got into the whole flexi handle Monstas when those were real big with like the M2s and even I think some of the M5s. But for me, I do prefer the stiffer handle, and these alloy handles, the Black King of Diamonds, like the SB1 and 2, those have all been some of my favorites. So this one, I mean, again, it's already a great product from Monsta, like we always expect, and real excited to see kind of how this thing opens up as we get closer to that 100, 150 swing mark.
$85 miles per hour. 105 miles per hour.
Oh, man.
84 miles per hour. 106 miles per hour.
Yeah, and the nice part with this one, and I mean, I found it to be the same with all the Monstas, regardless kind of a handle, but I like that you can really tell feedback-wise exactly where you caught it. You know when you're in that sweet spot area, or no kidding sweet spot, and then when you miss high or low, the one piece for me that I really like with the stiffer handle is you get that real feedback on the hands to let you know, so that you kind of know, well, if you're in BP, what to fix, what you did wrong. Hopefully at that point, you can tell that, or game-wise, at least why the ball performed kind of the way that it did.
91 miles per hour. 99 miles per hour.
Like that one. That one was sting on the hands. I know I caught it lower somewhere on the barrel. We got a ball mark down here on the CL of Clack. Could be that one, who knows. But either way, you like to see, obviously, that 99 kind of performance on a nice line, even when you miss. But now I know I caught it on the hands, and I know I can, wanting to adjust, and on that pitch that floated inside, I need to get out in front of it, or out to it earlier, so I'm out in front.
89 miles per hour.
89 dancing.
102 miles per hour. 86 miles per hour. 95 miles per hour.
Oh boy, that one felt good. Way too much elevation, and it did not matter.
85 miles per hour.
That's what I like.
99 miles per hour.
Yep. Tons of carry.
104 miles per hour.
Exactly what you want from the Monsta.
103 miles per hour. 100 miles per hour.
That'll do. That'll do. Yeah, and that's going to wrap it up again for the EHP exclusive Monsta Clack Addict Surrender. Again, if you want to grab this, you got to go to ehpathletics.com. That's exclusive to there. But we'll go ahead, like I said, pick up some of these balls, throw this thing on the tester, get you a final compression test, and then come back with final thoughts. All right, now that we got our 100 swings here on the EHP exclusive Monsta Clack Addict Surrender, let's see where it's testing at for us. Honestly, this one felt like we kind of got it opened up a little faster than most other Monstas. And now whether or not that's due to the alloy handle not flexing as much and putting a little bit more on the barrel, I'm not sure. But either way, I'll be interested to see where this one's testing at now and kind of how much more wiggle room we have to break it in even more, which anyone who swung Monsta knows usually takes a lot of swings to really get to that fib, and they hold pretty well. But 175 on the USSSA tester gives us one of two things. At 173, the conversion is 1250. At 178, it's 1275. So we're somewhere between 1250 and 1275. And as we mentioned before, the allowable on this one is 1050. So we still got 200 plus PSI at a minimum until you're even worried about this thing being at the failing point. But I've yet to get an ASA Monsta to the failing point. Again, I don't play a ton of ASA or next to no ASA, but we have a few that we keep BPing out here and stuff like that. So never really been a huge concern with these ones. Just keep them out of the freezing cold. Now that winter's slowly starting to go away for some people, you can obviously start bringing your Monstas back out. But we'll talk about this a little bit more in the final thoughts and wrap it up from there.
All right, let's see where our 25-ounce Clack Addict Surrender scales at. And we're looking at 24.76, so 0.24 ounces under sticker. As I mentioned with me for Monsta, they always feel a little bit heavier to me, but obviously from what the scale's showing us, it's actually a little bit under sticker weight. But as somebody who normally swings 26 with big end loads or even 27s, I have zero issue swinging this 25. Feels good to me. The other 25 Monsters I have feel fine to me as well. So really, I wouldn't worry about the sticker weight on these ASA bats that only come in 25 ounce if you're somebody who's normally been swinging 26, 27. But again, that's just personal preference.
All right, and that's going to do it for our Monsta Clack Addict Surrender. Again, at EHP Athletics exclusive. So if you want to grab one of these, you'll have to head over to ehpathletics.com. We don't have a code for you on this one, nor do they do discount codes over there. But either way, Jeff Eshelman, shout out to him for sending us one of these over. We had talked to him about wanting to kind of find a Monsta to come out here and swing alongside a couple of our others and our dual stamp axe to figure out what I'm going to game for ASA in Barcelona. And I plan on playing a lot more ASA this year as well. So real excited to have gotten to try this one out. For me, the stiffer handle, especially the alloy handle ASA bats, have been my personal favorites. The other ones that are in my bag right now alongside my dual stamp axe, along with this one, which is going in there, is the Black King of Diamonds, and then I have an SB1 in there as well. I had an SB2, I actually broke that one, was swinging in the cold weather. That was a mistake. But either way, those stiffer handles for me really kind of work out. So first things first, if you're a flexier handle fan, so like the 3500 handle for Monstas, this obviously isn't going to be the choice for you. This is a 4000 alloy, so you've got to be somebody who likes kind of the stiffer feel. But if you're like me, one, you like the stiffer handles, or maybe you're making the switch from USSSA to ASA for the first time, you've never swung those really flexy, whippy bats, this could be a great option, especially for now until maybe you try somebody else's 3500 bat like that, or obviously a different brand, and decide you like that instead. But for us, really from swing number one, it performed right up there with any of the bats we've swung. We've always seen that with the Monsta brand. Always triple digits is almost automatic, straight from kind of the beginning. Swing number one, I think swing number 3, we got triple digits, something like that. But either way with that one, we've talked about it before. What we're really doing out here with the Velo is trying to figure out, hey, what am I able to hit kind of top speed? Then out of however many swings we take that day, what was kind of the normal average around the sweet spot? And then obviously now what are we getting forgiveness-wise when we miss the sweet spot? And with this one, there really wasn't a big drop-off. And the crazy part for that is we're still 200 plus compression away from this being at kind of that failing line. So there's a lot of room for this to break in. There were a few times we caught the actual sweet spot. I felt like you could start to feel towards the end the fib starting to get that kind of clack, right? That's where the kind of name comes from if you're not familiar with that. But this thing still has plenty of break-in to go, and I can only imagine how much better it's going to get. But I don't have a lot to say about it. We've been talking about the Monstas each time they send us one. We've yet to find one that we're like, hey, this one's a dud. So with this M5 tech, I mean, we've talked about it as well. For the guys who've only sold maybe M2, the same exact overall construction. They just do the graphics different. So if hopefully I don't have this backwards, it should be like a painted barrel on the M2s and then more of a wrapped barrel on the M5s. So that's really the only difference. On this one, even about 100 swing or just over 100 swings in now, we've got maybe a little bit of webbing. I can kind of see it in the gold portion of the Monsta symbol, but that's about it. No signs of any sort of paint seams, anything like that. Not that I was ever worried about that. The only two Monstas we broke, one on the channel, and then, like I said, the one swinging cold. Both times were cold weather, and the other one was a buddy didn't realize he couldn't throw USSSA balls, so while we were picking some up, he was throwing some USSSA balls to another buddy, and they broke it. So never had any durability issues here with the Monstas. And one of the things I got to shout out to Jeff Eshelman over there is he comes up with some of the better designs in my mind. His paint schemes are always on point. He's got some more ASA bats coming soon. If you go on there, it's like a highlighter series. Obviously here with the Surrender, I'm not sure how many of these are left. Again, limited run, but this black and gold for me, I love the black kind of clean look on it, but I digress there. You can decide if you like the paint job or not. But if you're a Monsta fan, you've been looking for a kind of stiffer handle, you're looking for kind of the next release. I know obviously Monsta, you kind of got to decide when you want to pick one up, because with the pre-orders, you just don't know what's kind of dropping next. But this one is currently available and shipping from ehpathletics.com. So if you want to grab one, head over there. Highly recommend it for anyone that likes the stiffer feel, obviously handles, and then being a Monsta fan with that kind of mid-load as well. But if you haven't swung Monsta before, the one thing I will let you guys know is even though this is a 25 ounce, all the Monstas, excuse me, I apologize. All the Monstas for me have felt about an ounce heavier. And again, they don't use a lot of the counterweighting. They do a great job with the way they load their bats, whether it's mid loads, end loads. So just kind of keep that in mind. So if you're somebody who really likes that really light 24, 25 ounce feel, just know you're going to get more of like a traditional 26 feel here with this one. Obviously you saw what it scaled at there just before this portion, but either way, that's enough on the kind of that. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse with talking about the performance here of Monsta, but another great product, ehpathletics.com. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it helped you kind of decide if you want to head over there, grab one of these, maybe wait for one of the drops that's coming from Monsta here in the near future. They've got a lot of different options over on the actual Monsta Athletics site. And as I mentioned as well, EHP's got other options too that should be coming here in early, I think February, mid-February is when Jeff mentioned some of those highlighter series will drop. So just keep your eyes peeled for those. We'll post about them on our Facebook as well when we see kind of Jeff mention those to kind of help you guys out. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, need help grabbing anything, head down the description of the video. In our link tree, it's got all the different links and codes to help you get discounts at a bunch of different sites for companies who have kind of reached out and given us the ability to help you guys with better pricing, as well as there's contact info in there. You can email us, any of the social medias, or the business number on there. You can actually text it and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can as well. So either way, appreciate your support in the channel. Thanks for checking the video out. Have a great day.